Hello and welcome. Today we're going to take a very detailed look at the official Lego store, which is located at the airport in Billund. Now, first thing first, you have got to have a ticket and a return ticket or a flight out of this airport to be able to get into this Lego store. This is not located downstairs. This store is located after you've gone through security, and then you can get it with all the discounted prices as you have just seen on there. So you can get up to 20% off, and obviously there's no VAT or anything within this bit as well, so the prices are slightly different to what you'd be able to get on the Lego store. Now, secondly, you can also take the big boxes on the plane pretty much hassle-free. I say pretty much hassle-free because in a second I have a story to tell you about the absolutely enormous Titanic box, which you can see just there, and how it delayed a flight for up to 3 hours because the crew was untrained and they didn't know where to put it. But we'll get back to that in a second. So as you can see, this store is extremely well stocked. They have plenty of bits and pieces. Now this is the set in question as we are here, and you can see the size of this box. So I spoke to members of staff and I said, do you have to pay extra to be able to get this on the plane, and so on and so forth, because they do all the UCS sets. As you can see, they've got the big Ferrari and they've got the Star Wars sets in the background. And she said, no, what they have got, they've got a deal with the airlines that they will, worst case scenario, just put it in the luggage hold for you. So obviously you take the risk and take your chance with regards to the boxes getting dented, and then you can collect it at the other end. If it is small enough to go under your seat, then obviously you put it underneath your seat or overhead if there's space. Now, the story with that Titanic, for some reason the crew hadn't been trained up or where to put it in the hold. It delayed a flight by something like 2 hours because they physically couldn't find a single place to put the box on the plane, and apparently it was a connecting flight to somewhere else and things got a little bit messy. So what they decided to do is they put the box behind the pilot's seat. Yes, you heard that right. So instead of putting it in the hold like they should have done, I don't know who it was, I don't know what air company it was with. It might have been just a new company that was flying out from this airport. But all the members of staff were telling me that it got quite tricky with regards to that. But that is the reason why they sell the big boxes. So with the massive boxes like the UCS sets and the Titanic, what they will do is they'll take it off you when you go through the security bit, when you get your boarding pass and everything sorted, and they will then put it on the bottom of the plane for you. They give it a tag, and then you can also collect it at the other end. The smaller stuff, if it just fits in a normal size bag, you will then be able to hold on to it, but obviously it can't go on your lap. So it took a while for me to find that out. I've made a couple of videos from here, but now I can finally tell you that it is there or thereabouts completely hassle-free. So all going well. When I go back to Billund again, I want to be bringing back the roller coaster set with me. Fingers crossed that is the set that I'm going to bring back with me. Now I know how it all works. I can buy it from this store, go through this sort of the second lot of passport security that they do in Billund before you then speak to the flight attendants and the members of staff, or shall I say the baggage handlers, just down the steps. They'll then take the set off me, put it underneath the plane. You wait in your little wait and hold just to be able to jump on the plane. So this airport does it slightly differently to, say, regards Heathrow and places like that. So each one has their own quirks with regards to how you're getting back in, but they do check your passport at this place to get through this section after the shop, and then obviously they check it again when you land at the other end in the UK. So as long as you are wanting to save a little bit of money and you don't mind your boxes getting dented, that will be the way for you to do it, to bring those sets back, especially for the absolutely enormous boxes. Now, I was amazed by how well this shop was stocked, and as you can see, they have absolutely everything. We've already seen Prime, we've seen the DeLorean, we've got all of these fantastic creator sets. Obviously they are going to be changing the branding of those when the roller coaster comes out, because I'm actually doing the voiceover to this on the 29th of June. So the roller coaster has yet to come out, hence why that is not available here. I've got all the Harry Potter stuff, all the massive sets. You've got the T-Rex breakout. There is a lot of everything within this video to look at. And like I said, we're going to take a really detailed look at all the bits and pieces. We've got some nice minifigures to have a look at and see, and just see what all the other, there we go, monthly offers that I was about to say there are available. And I do believe these are the Muppets. So they've got boxes and boxes. You can see that you can buy 3 for 75 DDK. It gives you the price in euros, which is 10.49, so you do save yourself a little bit. Or if you were to actually go to the Legoland Lego store, and if you spotted that in the Billund video, you can now buy the boxes. So you can actually buy a full box of the minifigures to take back with you rather than just buying the individual ones. So I've never seen that at a Lego store before. I've obviously seen them individually. I know if you go to your local toy shops and you ask them to get a brand new box from out the back, you can buy the whole box as one. But they had them as a thing where you could buy them at a discounted price, buying them in quantities per box rather than per packet. Again, Star Wars stuff, loads of everything. So everything you're seeing now had literally just come out in the last couple of weeks. Obviously, with how it's all been scheduled, it now might be old, slightly older stock, and it's probably been replaced. But just in the short time frame of me doing from one visit to another, they completely redone what everything was in the actual store. They had changed it over completely, and they had added in lots and lots of all the new sets. So they had made space for all of this stuff very, very quickly. Some of the displays I do believe might have changed as well within the plexiglass cabinets, because obviously the Titanic and everything's there. That Ferrari's now there. That wasn't there in the last video that I did. And they have a lot of these 90th anniversary play sets. So this is the classic one just here. So it's got the 90 years of play. This was filmed the weekend before LegoCon, if you want to put it to where the Lego sets are now. So it gives you a rough date of when that was. It was exactly 7 days before LegoCon was done live on their YouTube channel. So in the comments below, let me know what you think of this stock so far. Have you been to this shop so far? And have you got any questions at all that I can help you with? Then please do let me know, and I will do my best to answer them, or I will speak to a member of staff next time I am there, because people want to know about opening times for the store. This shop is open the time the flights are running. So it will open well before the first flight is on. My flight on the way home was massively delayed. So basically everybody that was left at the airport was to get on the last plane, which is what we were going to get on. And I spoke to a member of staff, and they said that this store will not close until everybody else has gone home. So even though there's no member of staff in here right now, what you do is you take your sets over to the duty-free desk, and then the ladies and gentlemen over there will then put it through the till for you. So there we go, that's what it says just there. So please pay at the duty-free cash desk, thank you. So that is where you would take your sets if there's no members of staff there. The member of staff, I think, is just there during the day just to fill up the stock. I'm not too sure if it is a Lego employee, because the very, very helpful lady that I was speaking to was telling me all about it. And I think what they do is they just literally get the stock to put out, they fill up the shelves, they rearrange it how necessary, and then they basically leave, and then you just end up taking your bits and pieces over to the duty-free desk, because I've always got the same time flights back. I've either got the early morning one or the late one back. And again, the members of staff have never been in there, so I've never seen a member of staff in this shop. So you just take it over and you just go over to the other side, and that's where you buy all the bits and pieces. So far we have covered the opening hours of the store. So no matter what time your flight is, you should be absolutely fine to be able to collect it. The exclusive set that is available from here is the Billund Airport set, which is the perfect size to go in your hand luggage, and you can literally probably fit it in your hoodie pocket, to be honest. It's a really perfect size box that you can just take back with you and do whatever it is you need to do. How you get into the store. So like I said right at the very, very start of the video, but in case you are confused, you need to be flying out of this airport. So what you do is you obviously need your ticket and you go through security as normal. It's not like you can just come into the airport where the departures are, for example, and then you can go into that area that is downstairs at this bit. You have to go through all of passport security. You've got to get your bags checked and everything else. Then once you've done that, you then go up a flight of stairs, or the escalators if you're feeling lazy. Then you walk into the airport, and this is one of the shops that are there within your duty free. Because I know a lot of people have asked in the past if they can just come in and visit this one. You can't. If you want to visit some of the Lego stores that do have exclusive sets, which you don't need a ticket for, that would be the Lego house. You do not need a ticket for the Lego house in Billet. Now, what I'm trying to show here is just the size of these boxes, because you've got all these detailed artwork on the front, and again, you've got the Ferrari one that is showing forward and backwards. This is another massive, massive set. It's a really heavy duty boxes, obviously with it being the Technic stuff as well, the pieces do weigh a little bit, so they have a lot of the larger sets there. So what have I just said we've just covered? We've just covered when the shop's open, the exclusive set, how you get into the store, and again, just as a recap, you can take these bigger boxes on the plane, and I do believe you do not get charged. So I've spoken to a couple of members of staff, and they've said that you will not get charged for taking one of the bigger bags on. They will just tag the bag, put it in the holder bit that goes underneath the plane, and then you take the risk if the box gets damaged. Now, you might, like you saw with those Titanic and Ferrari boxes, be able to find the bigger sets in the thick brown box, so then it'll be much more protected when it's getting through. I mean, a baggage handler would really have to put his foot through the box and the outer box as well to damage it. So it'd be very, very interesting what that would be like. But like I said, I am going to experience that around October time, I would imagine, because I am looking to bring back a bigger set with me when I go and film for Halloween, as long as everything goes to plan and I can get over there and do all the bits and pieces that I want to do. Fingers crossed it'll all be okay, and then I can let you know the exact experience of what it's like bringing a bigger box back, because I know the smaller ones aren't a problem, as you just pull it in the bag and then it just goes above the top. So I think that is all the bases covered, but if I have missed anything or there's anything that you want me to find out, then obviously please do let me know. I did actually ask about how quickly the new stock comes into this store, and it can be very lucky dip. Sometimes this will get things first, because I do believe when the UCS Batman, the 89 car, came out, this was actually pictured here first a couple of days before it came out into any of the other stores. But then you also have some other bits and pieces with regards to the sets that are out currently, because you've got the Titanic and you've got the other set, which is the Ferrari. Now those sets came out about a week after they got advertised on the website, so you've got to take it with a pinch of salt of when these sets will become available. So you're just going to have to be a little bit cautious, because obviously if you are planning on bringing a bigger set back and you've got the opportunity to get it elsewhere, then all of a sudden they don't have this in stock. It's not like you can check beforehand, unless you get the number to give the store a ring maybe, so you know what the stock take is like. Then you're going to have to bring it in from either the Legoland Park or the Lego house. So you're going to have to take a risk with regards to when they do get the stock in. But like I said, all of this stuff, including all these new Ninjago sets that I'm grabbing onto now and spinning the box around, you know what's going to be popular when hardly any of the stock is left on the shelf, and it only probably come out in the last day or two. So there was gaps within certain sections and certain lines, because obviously some of the bits and pieces are new. So it looks like the Jay's Golden Motorbike is going to be a very, very popular set. I don't know if it's because of the figure that's in there or if it's just at a good price point. But they have released a huge amount of new Ninjago sets recently, and again we saw some of those at the Comic-Con, and that's to do with the new season that has just come out on the TV as well, I do believe. So I think they both link. So again, if you're a fan of the Ninjago, let us know in the comments below. They had rearranged and moved all of the Marvel bits and pieces, so there's quite a lot of things to look at and just see what was where with regards to how they had reutilized the space within the store, because a lot of the Marvel stuff and the Star Wars stuff are completely moved, and then they obviously, with the newer stock that had come in, had added to, again, like the Ninjago stuff has grown massively. You can see how well some of the sets have been selling just with the gaps that are left on there. So people are obviously trying to bring back certain things to add into their collection. And then we come around and we've got some of the internal sets. We've got some Marvel, some more Guardians of the Galaxy up at the top. Now you've got a little bit of history of the company. I've shown this a couple of times before, so we loop it around from 1924 and all the way through. So if you want to give that a read for yourself, then obviously do so. I will carry on just talking about all the other Lego sets and things that are available. Now, the other nice thing that they have within this store, obviously, it's not just the vast amount of sets that they do have available. It's also the fact that you can pick up all the base plates. You will see in a second that you can actually pick up the base plates with regards to the Duplo bits and pieces as well. And then obviously you've got all the bigger base plates within the actual Lego side of things, and it's just all clearly marked and really easy to find at the store. I find that this store is just really nice layout. It's sort of a nice wide store where they put the bits and pieces in the sort of the aisles and things in the middle, and then you've got some nice sets to look at. I think we have a look at the Ferrari, and I think the Lamborghini might be made up as well, so we can have a quick look at the Lambo as we go around. But the reason why the video is nearly 40 minutes long is because there is just so much to look in and soak in. And with regards to all the new Lego City sets that are about, which we will have a look at in a second, and I'll start to speak to you about all the new fresh sets and the farm sets that are available. I didn't notice until after I filmed, and then the plane was delayed, so I came back here and in here. I did a really good bit of research, so with regards to like the clown that's hiding within that Lego City set, and then you start to notice that some of the boxes have missions on. The missions then relate to characters that are specifically to that box, which is obviously from either their Lego City game or a TV show, which I have not yet seen, so I'm not too sure where that show is available. But as we pan around, we'll see the fresh sets. Now this is the new um, train set. And if you look at the front, just beside where it says powered up, there's a guy in a green overall holding a carrot. Now that is one minifigure that will be missing. See, that is not in the normal passenger one. But as we come round, you then got the train station. If you look, it says fresh on the bench, and then you've got the little calf, and you've got the cool little bus. So there's another fresh set with that. So that's two sets you need to be able to complete every single fresh item. Then, if they don't have it in or we don't see it, you've then got the truck that you need to get. You've then got the two farm sets that you need to get, and potentially you might even need to get this police set because he's stolen some eggs, which will be from the little chicken coops. Now those chicken coops also are related to the fresh sets because again they all have the matching overall. So Lego have been very, very clever, and they have put specific figures now in certain boxes even if they're not named. So if you do want to complete the full line, they're now making you buy all sorts of different bits and pieces. So it's now not just these sets. If you want everything, you're going to have to get your train station. There's the fresh wagon. I picked that up, and it's a very good set actually. You've got some really nice figures in there, and the build's nice, and how you make up like your little crop harvest bit at the back, it's very interesting and different. I've not sort of yet seen another set that is like that before. And again, I said that you've got all the other city sets that are available. What are your thoughts on these newer base plates compared to the older ones? Have you moved over to them? Are you on your mills? Have you stuck with the older design? Because I've stuck with the older design for my city. But let us know what your thoughts and what you think. Everybody's got their own pet hates when it comes to sort of changes with regards to doing stuff within their city and what they need to do. And I like the fact that they've got a lot more animal-based stuff now. So obviously you've seen that there with the creators. You've got the fish tanks, and you've got all the other little bits and pieces. And they've got a good variety of the 3-in-1 sets available in here. I think they basically have every single 3-in-1 set that you can get. And they had a huge stunt selection. And obviously the perfect thing about these stunts is that they're going to be slightly cheaper getting them from here, I would imagine anyway. Again, you've got to do the conversion. You've got to be careful because some of the sets actually might work out to be more. But then if you break the price point barrier, you do get that 20% off. So you've got to take that into consideration. But those stunts will just fit in your pocket. So if you've got absolutely no room whatsoever, there's a little chicken coops, look. So again, they're part of that, what I class as the fresh sets, because they've all got the matching overalls. Obviously, that is not the correct terminology for it. But again, you've got that little 4+ set just there, which has all the farm animals. And again, they've got the matching overalls and so on and so forth. So there's lots and lots and lots of stuff available. And there's even more stuff available now for the stunts, because like I said, this was done after Comic-Con, where I think one or two of the trickery sets that they had shown was relatively new to them. Now, this is the bits and pieces I said in the middle. So you've got loads and loads of vehicles. So we'll start off with the pickup truck. Then we've got the Porsche. I think it's the Lambo. Or is it the Ferrari that's built up at the top? Green Lambo. That's good. So you've got the Lambo here. You've got the Ferrari at the other side. And you can see in the distance where those amazing boxes are for the Ferrari. It had all the detail and everything on. They have the brown boxes available. So I am hoping that they might just stockpile some of those sets high for either the castle or the coaster. and then you can just have the protective box sleeve that they come in. Because if you think, there is a lot of Titanic boxes there, and there's a lot of Ferrari cars there, all within the brown box. So obviously they're thinking that they're going to sell well, and you do get 20% off. So it's a big saving if you go over that price point. So, but obviously what you've got to take into consideration is you don't get your VIP points. So if you are an avid collector and you want all your VIP points, that is something that obviously you will not be receiving and you will not be getting. So you do have to take that into consideration as well. And then we're coming into all the dots with the world maps. I've said this in every video that I've done now. I can't get over how big that Rolling Stones box is. Super popular set, this the Starry Night set, because I think everybody really likes the figure it comes with related to the little painting. And I was amazed actually with the speed sets. I didn't realise, after again having a really good look, I really liked the Diablo and the old Le Mans Ferrari that's available. So I might pick those up next time I go to a Lego store and just see what the price is over there, and maybe add them to my city streets as things like that. Have you got any of these? Are you an avid collector of any of these sort of dot sets? Did you get any of the older ones with the Star Wars or anything like that? That is the Ferrari that I'm very tempted to pick up, and then that's the old white Diablo that, again, I'm tempted to pick both of those up and then put it in my police compound for cars that have been doing illegal activities. So I've got a little area where I could easily park those up, sort of nice and simply. We can see them on display, but then at the same time, it's just nice to see them. The Buzz Lightyear stuff had obviously just come in at this point. It seems to be selling very well at all the stores and selling online as well. But I don't know too much about the film. I've not really paid that much attention to it. But if you are a big Disney fan, they have a huge section for you. If you spot the big Disney castle, then obviously you will be getting a discount on that as well. And again, it's lucky dip what is available at what time. So please bear in mind that if you are specifically going, I am not going to buy anything until I get to the Lego store, and then it's not there, that's it. Then you can't then leave to go back out. So you're going to almost have to flip a coin and just sort of take the risk with it, or make a little shopping list of, if you want more than one set, then hopefully one of those sets are available. And then if it's over that price point, you can get the 20% off. That is what I am thinking of doing with the coaster. I'm just going to hope to be able to bring that back. And if I can't, then I'll let you know on my heartbreaking disappointment, and then it's just another good excuse to come back and then try and pick it up. Because I have got the red coaster, and I've got a lovely story behind where I got that set from and who I got it with. So now I want to try and do the same thing with the other coaster and sort of keep that as like a little tradition. Again, you can see some of the Duplo sets have been selling very well, because again, there's a member of staff there. They will bring all those sets forward. But you can see that all the gaps would have happened sort of just over, I would imagine, just that day. And certain sets are much more popular than others. Never got into Duplo, not even when I was teeny tiny. It's not something that I've got. I know that there is some adult Duplo fans about, so again, please let us know what you guys and girls think of the sets. I would be tempted to get, for example, that set that we've just seen, to add it into a Duplo area of my theme park, because that is obviously a big thing that they are doing now. I do believe across all their theme parks. So you've got in the one in Dubai, the water park, you do have a Duplo section. Big Duplo Valley at Legoland Windsor, where they've got a load of rides, and again they've got the bigger water park section. And then in Billund they have got a nice section where they've just got a new Duplo build station, like indoors, where you've got a lot of bits and pieces where you can build indoors and see some different bits and pieces. Again, they're the base plates that I was talking about before. And then they have its own section where you can get on the rides and everything like that. So guys, if you are here just for if you've only just caught this video, shall I say, because it's just popped up in your algorithm, and you want to see more with regards to either all the different types of accommodation that you can stay at, which is related to the Legoland parks, or just the Legoland parks themselves, just from the 2022 season, currently you have available to you Dubai, and you've got all of the other bits and pieces related to Dubai, and the other massive theme parks that they've got basically next door to the Legoland. So at the Legoland Park, you've got the Legoland Park, the water park, you've then got Motion Gate, and you've got Bollywood. So you've got lots of videos available within everything related to Dubai. But if you're just here for the Lego itself, there is a separate Legoland 2022 to buy playlist. And again, you also have that for Billund for 2022, starting from March all the way through everything that's available within that season. So you'll have a lot of different bits and pieces to look at with regards to those sets and everything else that are available within those shops at that specific time. And then it'll go through into the Halloween as well as we take a look at all the BAM figures. We will have a better look at these again later on in the video. I think we have a better look at these again at the video, unless this is where I've decided to put it in. I'm confusing myself now. And again, like I said, you've also got Windsor, which we'll have a look at over the 2022 season. And hopefully in October, I will then go to Germany as well, and we'll be able to have a look at some of the amazing stuff that they've got on offer at the German theme park. And like I said, the playlists are split up where we've got the shops, you've got the different lands, and you've got a full park tour. So you get to see lots and lots of Lego sets and lots of Lego models in all the other playlists. And they do obviously include their amazing mini lands. So are you a BAM figure person? Do you like to make up your own BAM figures, or do you prefer these brickheads? So they've obviously got the Spice Girls available. This was the same time that I actually filmed the brickhead video from the Lego house, where they had every single Lego brickhead to current available to buy from over the last 3 years, and they had them on display all from one collector. It was an amazing display to see, really impressive, because the collector had obviously had all the boxes behind the brickheads, and they put it on a huge glass display for everybody to see. And they also had another display available at the Lego shop as well. So just outside the front of the shop, there was a lot to see with regards to that as well. So it's really nice that they've done all of that, and sort of you can go to the Lego house, which you do not need a ticket for, like I said, for the shop. You also don't need a ticket to go and see those displays or utilize the cafe area and everything else like that. So it is nice to be able to go in there and just see all those little bits and pieces, and those displays will change all the time. So let me know in the comments if you've been, let me know when you went and what was on display downstairs before you went upstairs needing a ticket to utilize all the, utilize everything that was there. So please let me know what you think of everything, and if you are a Brickheads fan, or if you are more of a fan for all the flowers or the dots, or what theme is it that you collect, because I know everybody wants to collect everything, but you physically cannot. So my target is to collect the theme park bits and pieces, and then just develop a city with the larger modulars. That is what I'm going to be sticking to. And then I'm a sucker for anything that comes out for the Winter Village stuff as well. So that is what I will be looking for over this year and the years to come. Are you a Harry Potter set with regards to all the new stuff that is available? Again, they had a good selection of Harry Potter stuff available here. And if you look at the prices, and if you can pause it and see for yourself, how do these prices compare to anything that you have seen and is available for yourself at your local area? And also be interesting to know how easy this airport would be for you to get to with regards to actually coming and seeing Billund, because you do need a good couple of days to come down here, because obviously you've got the Lego house, you've got the Legoland as well, and you have multiple Lego stores that you can visit and bring stuff back with, and you've got lots and lots of exclusive sets at the Lego house. And again, you've got the Lego set that we will be having a look at in a second here. So we've got just under 10 minutes left. I'm not going to be talking for the whole 10 minutes, because there is actually a enormous airplane made of Lego in one of the waiting bits, which luckily after filming this I went to explore the airport, but the plane was delayed, and I did end up finding it. So you have got some other little bits and pieces to come towards the end of this video, so I always try and make them slightly different at the start and at the end. So as you saw at the very start, we're actually going up the escalators, which then take you up to where there are some more Lego models, which I filmed in the last video. And you've got a really nice burger place, and you've got a restaurant that you can sit down and watch the planes take off. So try and make these slightly different as I upload them. But it is quite nice that they do alternate what's about the airport quite a bit as well, so it does make life a little bit easier. And now again, we have a huge Lego Friends wall. So this currently is when you come into the store, just on the left hand side, you've got all of these sets that are out on display, and obviously you've got all the plexiglass cases and everything else that is available just there. But again, you've got big empty spaces as well, so either that whatever should have been there for Harry Potter hasn't yet turned up, or they've just sold extremely well. I don't know what set that would have been, so if you can imagine what that set was or what set's missing, let everybody know in the comments below. And if you've been there and that set is now there, again, fill everybody in, so you guys will have to fill in the blanks for me as we go around. But I think they have changed some of these plexiglass displays over, which is always nice to see. I do like to see the sets made up, and obviously I appreciate the time and effort of the members of staff to make these up and swap all these sets over. Always interested to know what happens to these sets and the box that are made up, because you never see a sort of like a clearance bin or a used bin anywhere in any of the stores. So I don't know if they just break them down, send them back to the factories, or if members of staff get them slightly cheaper. If you're in the know with that one, that is something that I would like to know, and that might be a question I might ask next time I go to one of the Lego stores. It'd be always interesting to know what they do with it, because I've never seen a pre-displayed set for sale. If that happens over in your own country, let me know, because I'm quite intrigued with that. So we are coming into the final sort of 7-ish minutes or so. They have a couple of the video sets available, mixed in with all the newer Harry Potter stuff. And then, like I said, you've got the friend stuff just beside it. So I just went all the way across, up and snaked across to be able to get all of these on display for you. Because luckily, at the time, it was quite quiet. Because like I said, we were one of the last flights to go out. And then it got massively delayed. And then there was all the aggro at the other end landing at Stansted, and I didn't get home till 4:15 in the morning. So it was a long one, to put it politely, but definitely worth it. So yeah, it was good fun, lots of things to see. Got loads and loads of videos, like I said, that are available within the Billund 2022 and the Windsor 2022 playlist, because I filmed basically all of those at the same time. Unless you're now watching this at Halloween, and then after I've done a different visit, so I'm not 100% sure when this video is actually going to be scheduled, and then obviously everybody watches it differently, so yeah, it is what it is with that. But you can see there's lots of the newer, at this point when this was filmed, Harry Potter sets available, and some of the older ones as well. So you can see the size of the store. There's those brown boxes I keep talking about. They are there on the sort of the left hand side now, as we pan round this set, which is the one that is available in the brown box. It's the one that we saw at the start, where you have the amazing red artwork on the box with the Ferrari emblem at the top. You can see the tyre mark on the right hand side for this Daytona box. It's a really pretty box, and then you get all of the different information with regards to everything. So if you are a fan of these and you've collected them from the orange Porsche all the way through, then obviously it will be a set for you. Because I can't get my hands on the orange Porsche and I've got the Bugatti, I don't think I'm going to jump into all of the others, because it's one of those to try and backdate the Porsche. It's just too much money, and they've already released the Lamborghini, now they've released this big Technic set as well. I'm a big car fan, just not a fan of the price point that they come out at. But when they do go into a sale, or if you can get them from the store at 20% off, it is a lot more tempting. But when they're built and made up, they look absolutely phenomenal. So they're definitely worth the money, but it's just trying to backdate that the older orange Porsche. And then, because they are quite big, is how do you display them? Would you put them in a nice display cabinet? Do you just put them on a shelf? Do you build them up to then take them apart, to then sell them back on again, to then build the next thing? Do you prefer building rather than displaying? Or do you prefer displaying rather than building? Or are you both? Everybody's got their own happinesses and what they prefer looking for. Now, obviously, they are now on their third football stadium as well. So we've got the one from United, we've got the one from Barcelona, now we've got the one from Madrid. I do believe they're actually changing one of those stadiums already, though. So one of the stadiums actually is going to be out of date. So that's just bad timing with regards to how that one got released. But again, it is what it is with that, isn't it? So I'm sure that they will do an updated version at some point if they sell well. Obviously, everybody's after the blacksmiths now with regards to the info that's come out about the new castle. So I would imagine a lot of people will be tempted to buy that now, because the new castle is coming out, and it's such a fantastic Lego Ideas set anyway. If you've got it in your display, let me know where you've added it. Now, this is the Billet Airport Billund exclusive set that is always available at the moment from here. I do believe that there was only 10,000 of these made, and you can see how easy it is just to sort of pick up and go. It's just worth having in your collection if you have any of the architecture sets or anything like that. It is a good, fun build, and then you've got all the information with regards to how it says it's a 2018 limited edition. and then it's just got the price point of what they are, what it is if you bought the one. But it says if you buy three pieces, the price will be 125 euros. And I think that is over the three, because that actually says per pack. But obviously it says it's 51 euros per pack. So instead of it being 150 quid, you get 30 odd pound knocked off or whatever it is, because it'd be 125 in total, rather it being 150 something or 165 quid or whatever it will be. So you do save a good amount if you get three of them. So why you would want to get three of them, I don't know, and I don't know why they've now got that offer on. So potentially there might be a new set coming that will be exclusive to there, or they just know that people end up traveling in groups, so it'd just be a nice thing for people to get, and then they can just split between all three of them, and then it's just a nicer thing to sort of have, isn't it? That if you are traveling in a group and you want to get that discount, it just allows you to do it. Because I'm not too sure where it says you get the 20% off, if you're allowed to make it up to that price point, or if it's a set that is over that price point and then you get the 20% off. So that is something I want to be able to speak to somebody about, because if you were, say, for example, go get some of these figures and then you got something else and something else, and it was the combined total, would you get the 20% off all of it, as in like a combined total of the 20%? Or does it have to be a set that is over the 20% mark? So if you know, please let us know, because I am unsure with that one, because I don't know. I know of people that have bought different bits and pieces from this shop before, and it did say originally that if you look at the last video that I did, that the Lego Airport set, if you got two of the sets, you then got it at a discounted price. But I don't know if that was not in conjunction with the 20% off. So it's a new one to me that I'm really paying attention to. So it'll be very, very interesting to see exactly what happens and when I ask about it all in October. So you just have to bear with me until I can get that information for everybody. Now, we are moving on to this. This is the competition. So you had to guess, was it like 1,000, 20,000, or sorry, was it 1,000? No, it would be 10,000, 30,000, or 50,000 bricks to make up this massive aeroplane. In the comments below, let me know what you think. I guessed it correctly. There was a like a little box that you had to fill in some information for a little competition, and then you would end up winning a flight somewhere with this specific airline. But as we were queuing up to go through what is their secondary passport control before then we can then board the plane, they had all the information for this sort of Icelander build. You met the people that built it. It then told you how long it was and how many bricks and everything were used. But guys, I am starting to run out of time, so I'm going to go quiet now. So if you can like and subscribe and all that good stuff, that'd be absolutely fantastic. Hopefully you've watched this video to the end. There's some sets that you want to get your teeth sunk into. Let us know everything in the comments below of just everything that you think and everything else like that, because it's always nice to speak to everybody and get back to everybody. But for the last sort of half a minute or so, I'm finally going to go quiet. So guys, as always, thank you very much for watching. You guys take care, and I hope to catch you in the next one. Ta-da.
Geras vaikai. Einam karą. Nėra žmogeliukų tai dar. Neturiu. Neturiu.